Yo, what's up, family? It's King Leon X, the Human Liberator. This is King Leon X, the Human Liberator, and this is episode 77. Episode 77 of Take Charge of Your Life. Take charge of your day. Take charge of your mind. Take charge of your mental attitude. Today's Friday, March 17th. Friday, March 17th, 2017. And we are talking about long range and short range goals and how to set them. Yesterday I gave y'all an exercise and some action steps setting long range goals. Alright, let's do a recap real quick. So yesterday we was talking about the work that's necessary in order for us to take the time to write down and get clear about what we want to have, what we want to experience. It takes time, it takes work, it takes effort, it takes energy, it takes attention to do these things. All right, and I'm here to tell you that is well worth it. I'm here to tell you that the work that you put in is well worth it, though. All right, and so we were doing a strategy. We had strategies going yesterday and some tactics, where we had exercise and it was action steps. All right. Yesterday we was talking about how to set long-range goals. I showed y'all my little notebook from 2013 when I did this exercise. I've done so many goal-setting exercises. I'm addicted to goal setting and I'm addicted to personal achievement. All right. But just to recap, if you wasn't on the episode yesterday, just to recap. Here, let me turn that down. Just to recap, if you wasn't on the episode yesterday, we had some action steps on how to write long-range goals. So you take a sheet of paper, you write long-range goals at the top, and then you take 12 to 15 minutes and write down every single thing that you could think of that you want to accomplish or have within the next 1 to 10 years. You write long-range goals at the top, and then you just let your brain storm. You just let your brain storm. Right, the guidelines of the question, because this is the homework that I gave y'all yesterday. So I'm doing this episode assuming that y'all have already done this. But the guidelines that you were supposed to consider was what do you want to do? What do I want to be? What do I want to see? What do I want to have? Where do I want to go? And what would I like to share? Okay, these are the guidelines for your long range goals. What you want to accomplish within the next 1 to 10 years. You write long range goals at the top, and then it's like, what do I want to accomplish within the next 1 to 10 years? What do I want to do within the next 1 to 10 years? What do I want to be within the next 1 to 10 years? What do I want to see within the next 1 to 10 years? What do I want to have? Where do I want to go? And what would I like to share? Right? Who would you like to serve? Write all of these things down. That's what you were supposed to do. Take the 12 to 15 minutes to write them down. And then you was to go by the list. Go through the list and number them 1, 3, 5, or 10 from how long you think it's going to take you to accomplish this. 1 for 1 year, 3 for 3 years, 5 for 5 years, 10 for 10 years. Right? Go through that whole list of the 50 things. Right? And this was the homework that I gave y'all yesterday. All right? And so I'm about to tell y'all what to do next. All right? So again, we in strategies, 7 strategies for wealth and happiness right now. Now, I'm assuming that you just wrote your 50 goals. You got at least 50 goals written down, 50 things that you want to accomplish between the next 1 to 10 years. And so I'm going to just pick up right here on page 33. Are you a bit bewildered by the idea of having too many goals? Are you the kind of person who is more comfortable focusing on one goal at a time? Actually, there is a good reason for developing multiple layers of goals. Without many and various types of goals, you could fall prey to the same thing that happened to some of our Apollo astronauts. Some of them, upon returning to the moon, experienced deep emotional problems. The reason? Once you've been to the moon, where else is there to go? After years of training, visualizing and anticipating the lunar flight, that moment was glorious, but it was gone. All of a sudden, there seemed to be an end to their finish and a finish to their life work, and depression set in. As a result of this experience, later astronauts were trained on other major projects after their space work was done. right? So before I go to the next paragraph, so don't be, so I know that we suggested that you go ahead, take that 12 to 15 minutes and write, let your brain just flow, anything, no limitations, right? If you have all the money in the world, all the time, all the effort, all the energy, the things that you want to do, be, have, taste, touch, experience, the people you want to serve, the things you want to share, you write that whole list down. Things that you want to accomplish between 1 and 10 years, right? And don't be overwhelmed by these things, because Jim Rohn just used an example of someone who had one goal, and how depressing that is. How depressing it is to have one goal. Hold up, I'm making some, y'all know I'm the edible plug. Hold up. Hold up. Alright, them joint's not done. Alright, cool. So yeah, I got some brownies. Hey, you can go to highvibetreats.com. That's one of my businesses. You can go to highvibetreats.com. You get 50 milligram edibles. Free shipping on all orders. Anyway, the bull who had the goal set for the going to the moon, they didn't have multi-layer goals after that. So they went to the moon and then they went to depression because, hey, they went to the moon. That was their life work. That life work's accomplished. What else is there to do? So this is why we're holistic in our goal setting approach. This is why we're holistic in our personal achievement strategies. This is why we identify and we set goals in the area of business / finance, health, relationships, relationship / family, spirituality, recreation, legacy, and charity. Right, we set goals in all of the different areas. We decide what we want to do in all of these things, right? So we can live a full, balanced life. Happiness is elusive. It seems the best way to enjoy life is to wrap up one goal and simultaneously begin to work on the next one. It's dangerous to linger too long at the table of success. The only way to enjoy another meal is to get good and hungry. Right? I think that, yeah, think about that. How you get hungry, like you could just eat your favorite meal, right? Your best food, you could have even spent $1,000 on a meal. But guess what? In a few hours, you will be hungry again. Right? So just like success, you could have prepped them, you could have prepped a meal, could have took you a whole day, 2 days, 3 days to prep a meal. Right? And I'm here to tell you that regardless of how long it took you to prep the meal, and you eat it, you're going to be hungry again. So success is just like that. Goal setting and achievement is just like that. No matter how long it takes you to hit a goal or to prepare for one, once you set it and once you reach it, you're going to want to achieve something else. Okay, it happens to everyone. All right, so I'm on to the next page. Now, y'all got y'all list, right? Because we going back to some action steps of what to do with y'all list. What to do with y'all list, right? This is what I'm giving y'all. Like I said, I did this in 2013 when I got introduced to these concepts, and I'm a professional goal achiever. I'm a professional goal setter and goal achiever. All right, now you reviewed and balanced your list. Now, when we talk about the balance of the list, we want to make sure, because we told you to write 1, 3, 5, or 10 next to it. So you want to check it and see how many 1s you have, see how many 3s you have, how many 5s you have, see how many 10s you have. Make sure that your list is extremely balanced. If you have way more 1s than anything else, then you're not really setting long range goals and you're not thinking big enough. And if you have more 10s than anything else, procrastination is probably one of your biggest issues. Right? And so you want to set these things so far off so then it don't put that type of pressure and anxiety on you. But all right, now you've reviewed and balanced your list. Choose 4 goals from each of the time categories. So 4 1-year goals, 4 3-year goals, 4 5-year goals, and 4 10-year. All right? So you go through your list that you wrote, the things that you want to accomplish between 1 to 10 years. And then you pick 4. You pick your top 4 from each category, from each layer. All right. Now you have 16 goals. And for each each of those 16, so it went from 50 plus to 16. All right, and for each of those, write a short paragraph which includes the following. All right, the first one, right, and remember this is action step. This is an action step episode. Well, pretty much all the episodes be action steps, but this one's the nitty gritty. This one's the difference between those who succeed and those who fail. This one is the difference between the top 3% of people in America and the lower 97%. Only 3% of adults have written goals. Only 3%. Only 3%. Only 3% of adults in America have long-term, short-term written goals. I'm here to tell you. You could go ask your parent right now. Go ask your mom. Hey, mom, send me your list of written your written goals. Here, take a picture of your goal list and send it to me. Hey, Pops, let me see a detailed description, your well-meticulated plan to achieve your 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10-year goals, 15, 20-year goals. Guess what? Only 3%. Only 3% of people will be able to do that. So this is not, I'm not thinking that this is a super popular topic, because everyone's just worried about tomorrow and they're worried about their next meal, but they're not worried about how to prepare themselves for the future. So now you got your 16 goals, all right, and now I want you to you write a description of what you want. Write a detailed description of what you want. For example, if that goal is a material object, describe how high, how long, how much, what model, what color, and so on. On the other hand, if it's a position or a business you want to start, give a detailed description including the salary, title, budget under your control, number of employees, and so on. Right? That's the first thing. Right? So I'm going to repeat that. So you take your list that we made, right? We made yesterday. That was our homework. Your list of 50 goals. Right? It took you 12 to 15 minutes to write them. You numbered them 1, 3, 5, 10, depending upon how many years you think it take you. And then you go through and make sure the list was balanced. And then you go through and you pick 4 1-year goals, 4 3-year goals, 4 5-year goals, 4 10-year goals. All right? And then so from those 16, you write a detailed description of what you want for each of them. The second thing, you want to write the reason why you want to achieve or acquire those goals described. Right? You want to write the reason why. And here you'll find out if you really want it or if it's just a passing fancy. If you can't come up with a clear, convincing reason why you want to accomplish this goal, or why you want to be that, why you want to see, have, touch, taste these things, if you can't come up with a clear, convincing reason why you want it, you should categorize this as a whim, and not a true goal, and replace it with something else. All right? So look at your goals real quick. Hold on, let me just check. I don't want these edibles to burn. Hold on. Yeah. Hold up. Alright. Cool. So we still talking about long range goals, right? So I just gave y'all 3 more action steps. That's why I didn't finish doing this yesterday. I had to pause the video yesterday and stop, so y'all know, and so give people a chance to do the homework. All right, but I'm gonna keep going, even though that was some more homework. That's some extreme homework. I can end this video right now, right? I can end this video right now because I gave y'all enough. I gave y'all enough strategies and processes. But it's Friday. Friday, I give y'all 30 minutes. So we gonna go right on to short-term goals. But hold on. Let me finish this last part on the long-term goals. You see, what you want is a powerful motivator only if there's a good reason behind it. What you want is a powerful motivator only if there's a good reason behind it. You may find that some goals, once considered important, are no longer important to you. And the appeal of those has simply faded. And also, if you're hold on. You may find that some goals, once considered important, are no longer have the appeal simply because you're unable to find enough good reasons for wanting them. Right? That's why people don't like transferring their goals to paper. People don't like transferring their dreams to paper. See, look, I always like to show just the proof and put it, because I don't like to just talk. I do love talking. I love hearing myself talk. I love my voice and shit. But I like to make sure that the things that I say is of constructive value, and I'm not suggesting that y'all do anything that I haven't done. Every strategy that I present to y'all on Take Charge of Your Life is something that I've implemented in my life years ago, and has measurably increased my life's quality. So again, this is my life purpose statement from 2013. This book don't even got a top on it, right? My definite purpose in life is to master my inner system, effectively create an achievement-driven culture. I will use an entertainment-based, technological leadership approach to positively influence the minds of the youth. I will lead the next generation into a global renaissance. I will be ultimately known for my ability to help others recognize the power of choice, take action, and embrace the limitless possibilities of their future. I will be the perfect example of the words I preach and teach. I will be relentless in my pursuit of creating a dynasty built off success, self-consciousness, faith, decision-making capability, alertness to opportunity, cooperation, spirituality, student mentality, work ethic, goal setting, discipline, and achievement. Right. So these are just the first two paragraphs of my life mission statement that I wrote in 2013, way before I said Black Power. Right. But I just want to show y'all how this book is full of so many goal exercises, right? Goal setting, goal achievement exercises, but the one that we talking about and the one that I just shared with y'all for the long range goals is here. Doing this assignment is causing you to reflect, refine, and revise. And that's the whole point behind it, to help you plan your future. Once you have settled on your 16 goals, copy them on a separate sheet of paper or into a permanent journal and carry them with you at all times. Review this once a week to see if they're still important to you and to see if you're taking active steps towards this realization. And you can see goal setting is not a one-time task with the results set in concrete. Instead, it's a continuous lifelong process. So I was going to go into short-term goals in the section, but I just gave y'all a lot more homework on long-term goals. So right now, I just want to give y'all some power words. Alright, because listen, without goals, like dreams and goals, they come a size too big so we could grow into them. And without these, like biblical literature say, where there's no vision, the people perish. Right? You see people who's poor, confused, and lonely, they gave up on their life and all these other little different types of things. It's not that they aim too high and missed, it's that they aim too low and hit. And some people didn't even aim at all. Some people didn't even aim at all. Hold up. Okay, had to get them edibles out. But anyway, some people don't even aim at all. You know what I mean? Like some people, they just go through life as a wandering generality. Okay? They're not clear and specific about the long-term definite things that they want to do, have, taste, touch, experience, the type of person that they want to become. And then they get to a certain point where they realize that their life isn't fulfilling. And then instead of turning inward at that moment and starting to realize that they could set goals and increase their personal power, they just complain. And then they'll spend the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years complaining. And I'm here to tell you that every time you complain or every time you blame someone or something outside of yourself as the reason for you not doing well, you're giving your power away. You're giving your power away. I want you to know that you give your power away. You give your power away. Every time you skip past breath, breath being life, every time you skip past breath to complain about something on the outside, something external, every time you skip past breath to express dissatisfaction or to express a lack thought or belief, you're giving your power away. You have to realize that what's in your control? What's in your control? Focus on the can-do portion of your goals. Focus on the can-do portion of your problems. And then what you'll realize is that there's a lot that you can do. Even if it's just to switch your mental attitude to make you more harmonious with the situation that you can't control. You see? So it's like when we say, like people want their life to change all the time, and they're focusing on external things and changing external things, thinking that when that external thing changes, it's gonna make them feel better on the inside. But that's a lie. That's a lie. It's not. External situations and circumstances change all the time, and then we still want more fulfillment. We still want the attention. We still want compassion. We still want to be appreciated. We still want to be recognized. We still want all of these things. And if we're searching external for these things, then it's a never-ending flow of scarcity, a never-ending flow of lack. Where I'm here to teach and guide and assist and be an example of the tapping into the abundance that's within us, the abundance of breath that's around us, the abundance of everything. God, the all power, the source, energy, whatever you want to call it, is here, is here, right in you, right around you, just waiting there, ready to manifest itself as the good or whatever type of matter that you need, right? Everything. All of this is matter. The phone that this is on, all my phones is matter. This cup is matter, right? This paper is matter. Everything is matter. This candle, right? It's all energy manifested itself in this particular form. And I'm here to tell you that you can turn energy to anything. Anything that you need is here for you. But you have to get clear. You have to get clear. Because the clarity is what the universe responds to. Just like Google. Google gonna respond to your clarity. Like, you could get anything from Google, any type of information. It's an abundance of information. But I'm here to tell you that if you don't type nothing in, you're not getting nothing. I'm here to tell you with your GPS, if you don't type a destination in, you're not getting no directions. If you get directions to anywhere in the world, you could get information from anywhere on the whole wide web on Google, right? But if you don't type nothing in, then you're not getting nothing. And I'm here to tell you that all you have to do is just start typing, and it'll figure it out. It'll figure the rest out. I'm here to tell you that it'll figure the rest out. Don't y'all typed on Google before? All you have to do, type 3 letters, and it'll figure the rest out. Type in 1 letter, it'll start guessing for you. So it's time for you. It's time for us. It's time for everyone to get clear. Tomorrow or on Monday. On Monday, I'm gonna talk about short-term goals. Okay, today I just wanted to hit long-term goals continue. I gave y'all a lot of action steps today. I gave y'all a lot of action steps yesterday. You gotta do these things. You gotta spend the time, take the time, effort, energy, and attention to do these things. I promise. Your weekend is like, you can dedicate your weekend to your goal setting, to achieving, to being clear about what you want to do, have, experience in the next 1 to 10 years, right? You can set your 1-year goals, 3-year goals, 5-year goals, 10-year goals, and get clear on them. You can organize them. You can categorize them. You can get the detailed description, like we suggested. Get you the detailed description and the list and the reasons why you want to accomplish these things. Right? Because without that, I promise, family, without that, it's hard for you to make decisions. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for you to make decisions because you don't really know where you're headed. You don't really know where you're going. And I promise, you could not do it. You cannot execute. You cannot plan out your life. You cannot do the strategies. You cannot write out your long-term, short-term goals. But then I just want you to know that you're choosing to be in the 97%. 97, or to stay in the 97%. 97% of adults in America do not have written goals. 97% of adults in America do not have written goals. 97% of adults in America do not have a well-meticulated plan, well-thought-out plan to live the good life. They're just winging it. They're just winging it. And I'm here to tell you that when you wing it, you end up like those bums asking you for change. When you wing it, you end up like those old people working at fast food and working at convenience stores. When you wing it, that's how you end up being the old lady or the old man at Walmart, like, yo, I worked 50, 60 years, and then now I'm retired, only to realize that I can't live off my retirement and I got to get another job. And so now I stand at the door of Walmart and greet people. Right? It's like 95% of adults above 65 and over make less than $5,000 a year. That's what happens when you don't plan. That's what happens when you get sold on the wrong plan. That's what happens when you spend your whole life working on fulfilling someone else's goals and dreams, only to realize that you're going to die poor, confused, and lonely. You know? And so you could, That could be a life for you if you want. You feel me? Make the choice. If you don't want that to be your life, you gotta make the choice. And so again, long term, short term, definite, major, specific goals, family. Action steps. Strategy. Begin with the end in mind. I'm trying to tell y'all, tomorrow we gonna go into short range goals. But yesterday and today we talked about long range goals. 1 year, 2 year, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year goals. Right? I have 15, 20, 50 year goals. Right? 50 year goals, yeah, because goddamn, 50 years from now, I'll only be 77, 78. 50 years from now, 50 years from today, I'll be 77. Guess what? It's people in the world that's goddamn 130. So for real, I could do 100 years from now. I still got to be prepared. What if I'm still here? What if I didn't prepare for that? What if I didn't prepare for how I would want my life and my family and my legacy to be? What if I wasn't preparing for that? What if I was just going through it? You see? You see the difference? You see, it's like nothing. There's nothing in stone saying when you're gonna die, my nigga. You could live another 100 years, and I'm trying to tell you that if you keep on doing what you're doing, you're gonna keep on getting what you're getting. So make sure that you sold on the right plan. Make sure that you know that you got the power. Ain't no power outside yourself. Anytime you want to complain on anything external, then you know that you're giving your power away willingly. Say, I'm willingly giving my power away. Anytime you complain, I'm willingly giving my power away. I'm willingly giving my power away. People hate talking to me, a lot of people, because they know that I don't budge on that shit. I don't budge. I don't budge when it comes to personal accountability, personal achievement. Like, you can hate me all you want, but I'm gonna tell you the truth, and I'm gonna deny that lack thought that you just said. I'm not about to sit up in your misery with you. My bad. I'm happy, actually. Damn, why do you feel bad? I'm happy. Stop trying to make me not happy. Matter of fact, you can't make me not happy. So you could complain all you want, but I just want you to know that when you use your breath and you use the power of breath and the vibrations and the power of words, you should try and manifest things that you want. You should express the desires that you want. But if you want to go on and 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 on about the things that you don't want, don't be mad when they come right back. Don't be mad because all you're doing is, like, if you're not going to investigate how the brain operates and works and vibrations and energy and alchemy and manifestation, don't get mad at me for knowing. Because I'm here to tell you that we control our smiles and tears. We the power. Ain't no power outside of us. You focus on lack, that's what you're going to get. You focus on prosperity, that's what you're going to get. Those who think they can and those who think they can't are both usually right. Right? If I say, yo, I need $10,000 by the end of the month. Right? If I say I can do it, then I can do it. If I don't, if I think I can't, then I won't. It's extremely simple, family. And I'm just here to let y'all know. I'm here to let y'all know that we got the power. Right? And you got the power to take charge of your life. Like I could read this whole entire life mission statement for y'all that I wrote in 2013. That has nothing. I never said black power one time when I wrote this. But guess what? Every single thing that I said in this life mission statement, I live out. I'm here to tell y'all that I live out these things. You see? But it's not about me. It's about y'all. It ain't about my purpose. It's about your purpose. It's about you understanding what are your gifts. Like, look how serious I was. Look at the date on this. May 19, 2013. I'm like, what are my gifts? 5 things I like about myself. You feel me? What people make me feel special. Look, this is another dream joint. Look, big dream details. A whole bunch more. Whole bunch more big dreams and goals. So listen, family. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm headed. And I'd rather not leave everyone behind. Right? I'd rather not. So this is why I started doing Take Charge of Your Life. And I'm on episode 77. I started doing these to make sure that it's been documented. how willing I am to share my blessings and how willing I am to share the information and strategies that measurably changed my life, measurably increased the quality of my life, the quality of my thoughts, the quality of my relationships. And so I'm grateful. I'm grateful for you tuning in, and I'm grateful for the people that use this episode and use yesterday's episode to actually create action steps, to actually grab a sheet of paper or grab a new notebook and start on a whole new journey, a whole new goal setting journey. I promise, once you start, you won't go back, family. Once you understand that the power is yours and the possibilities of your future are limitless, you won't go back. That's what I'm here to tell you. So, if I said something that resonated with you in this episode, go ahead, type "make the choice." Go ahead, type "make the choice" in the comments. And again, you can go to my website, hightreats.com, hightreats.com. You can order some edibles. They ship straight to your door. You can go to my other website, kingleonx.com. You can buy my book and CD and see what the other things that we got going on. Other than that, y'all stay grateful.